Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl Ashley, the amateur expert, coming to you live today on a Wednesday. In honor of the blackout yesterday, we decided to pose the show. Yay! Toya's in the room. So in honor of the blackout yesterday, we paused the show, and so we are going live today. And if this is your first time tuning in, we're going to go on a journey. We're going to talk to Twani, and she's going to tell us about her career path, her idea of success from the beginning of her career to now, and some of the tips and motivators that she used along the way. So I'm excited to get started. She's in the room, so let's invite her in.
Hello.
Hello, dear. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Just gonna back this up a little bit. Um, Hello, how are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
I'm so
Excited to be
excited to
here.
have, yeah, I'm excited to have you on the show today.
Yay.
We actually met for the very first time at Crystal Cleo Rose's event for your scalp, and
Yes.
you had a booth there, and I
Yes.
was so excited. I think I got your very last gold that you had at the table, and I was like, save
You definitely did.
it, don't sell it. So I'm happy that you're here and that we're getting ready to dive in. So if you could please introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do currently for work.
Sure. So my name is Antoinette. I go by Twani. Everyone calls me that. I work in healthcare by day, but I am an entrepreneur by night and weekend and any other time I
All the
can get
other
in.
times, yes.
Right.
That's awesome. And so when you were a little girl, what did you want to be when you grew up? And what was the motivating factor behind that?
So when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
I just was dead set on being a doctor, and the motivating reason behind that is because I just wanted to help people,
Mm,
and I figured that working as a doctor would be the best way to help people at their worst, when they're
that's so
the
good.
sickest.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I was dead set on being a pediatrician.
Being a pediatrician. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you were, um, chasing that dream or at that stage in your life, what did you think success was?
I thought success was I'd have my practice. I'd see all the little ones come in and make them smile while giving them 5-star health care,
Yes, yes, yes.
and being able to give back to my community in that way.
That's awesome. And so tell us, how did you journey from the pediatrician to this entrepreneur that you are now?
So it actually happened in my early 20s. I was completing all the prerequisites for pre-med, and I got my first job working in healthcare.
Okay.
And I was just working as a secretary, and I worked in an ER, and I got to see firsthand,
Mm,
everything that they go through.
for
And
sure.
hats off to anyone who is currently on the front lines, doctors,
For
nurses,
sure. For
EMT.
sure.
Um, but I realized that it wasn't for me.
Mm,
It wasn't for me. And I realized that there were other ways to help people besides working in healthcare. And so in college, I switched my major to business.
okay.
And although I still worked I still work in healthcare, I was able to learn so much about entrepreneurship.
Love it.
And I found myself, with this business. I didn't say hey, I'm going to go out and start a business, but I just used my knowledge and my passion for helping people, and it just met in the
Uh,
middle.
that's awesome. Then when they collide. So tell us a little bit about your business. You haven't even mentioned it yet. What do you do? What do you?
So, yes, so I am the owner of Treasure Beads. Treasure Beads is a handmade waist bead company that has unique styles, but they all have an inspirational message. So I design them. I get inspired by pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And I create this interpretation of what I see or what I'm inspired by. And somehow I'm able to tie it in with an inspirational message that I hope will uplift the person that's wearing it.
That's so cool. And one of the things that I like about your beads is that it's on elastic, so it's forgiving when you have had one too many quarantine snacks. Um,
Yes.
so now that you are a business owner, what is your idea of success?
So, my idea of success is using my business and my platform to touch as many lives as possible. One of the biggest reasons why I pivoted from healthcare is because I realized that you kind of can only help one person at a time.
Mm,
And I realized with all of the vending and all of the networking that I've been able to do with this business that there's a way for me to touch, a ton of lives at one
yeah,
time.
that's so good.
And so I'm really passionate about doing that because I want to reach, a lot of people. I want to help them use my product to spark self-confidence and self-love and just body positivity and all of that good stuff. Um, so
That's
yeah,
so beautiful.
yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what is something that you have learned or that you're still in the process of learning that you wish you had learned sooner?
One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is that you don't stop, you never should stop learning.
Mm.
Like, you never should stop learning. I was so eager to finish school. I graduated last year, finally.
Congrats, congrats.
Thank you. And I told myself, like this is it for a while because it's taken me so long to get to that goal.
Hmm.
And I'm learning through business that, just because I have a business degree, it doesn't mean that I know the ins and outs
Mm.
of business. So I've learned that I am constantly learning. I'm constantly
Okay.
reading, constantly connecting with people that have more expertise than I do, so that I can glean and learn from whatever it is that they can offer me because it's only going to make me better, and I can hopefully inspire the next person or share that information with the next person so that someone else can continue to learn as well.
That's so good. And so it's so important. And I sort of was on the same track. It took me a very long time to finish my degree. And once I did, I was just like, good riddance, good night.
Yes.
But what I realized is that I love learning.
Yes.
Whether it's Googling, facts or doing a deep dive on Pinterest or like, I like
Absolutely.
doing research. I love just sort of even having conversations with people because you're always learning something. And so that's one of the reasons that I keep going with the podcast because I'm learning something new every single week, which is exciting to me. So along your journey, what are some of the tips and motivators that you use to keep you going?
Um, some of the tips and motivators that keep me going. One definitely has been other women.
Mm.
I've been able to network more than I ever thought that I would have, with all of the vending and going to events and just being supportive. And I had no idea that there was this huge network of women, not only that need my product and need the inspiration that I'm trying to give out, but that inspire me by what they're doing,
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest motivators that I have. I just love seeing women like going after whatever it is. And even if they don't even know what it is yet,
Right,
they
right,
don't
right.
even know where they're going, but just the fact that they're in that environment and soaking up whatever they can get and using it to be creative or using it to inspire, to teach, to encourage. I'm all for it.
That's so
Um,
good. So, so,
so
so good.
one of the biggest tips that I have is to not be afraid to,
Mm,
you may be in a room full of strangers, but something simple as hello can start a conversation. And I can't say, how many people I've met over the last year, just they didn't want to buy anything. I didn't want to buy anything from them, but we just sparked a conversation. Why are you here? And just being able to learn, through that conversation and meet people. So,
that's so good. And you would think it's like an elementary thing, but it's so powerful. There are times that, I've been in spaces and there's been a woman or even a man that I wanted to speak to because, they had said something at a conference and I was inspired by them, or, they were having a conversation that I wanted to be a part of. And this was sort of
hmm
like, I don't know, should I? And
right.
so that's so powerful. And it takes practice, I think. But also just courage. But it's totally doable. I do it now with no problem. No problem at all. But that's a very, very good tip. So thank you for sharing that.
No
Um,
problem.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Do you have anything that you can show us?
Yes, I do.
Okay, okay, perfect. I was like, ooh, I
So,
forgot to ask her beforehand.
oh no, I was prepared. So this spring I launched my collection called The Wild Side. And yeah, I I wanted to encourage anyone who wears them to get in touch with their wild side. There's a beast in all of us,
I love it.
and there are some things that we can learn from nature. And so I have a few. I have I have a few of my favorites. So this
Okay.
one is called Courage.
I feel like I double tapped that when and I think I sent it back to you and was like, I think I need this. I think that might have been the
Yes,
one.
I think so too.
I really
So
enjoy that one.
Courage. If you look at my post when I release each one, I also love writing. So I've used release of each style as a way to kind of blog some inspirational messages.
I
So
love it.
the thought behind this is we know that turtles have their shell, but I call this courage because I want the wearer um, to remember as they wear it that they should come out of their shell, that they should be open to they should be open to mingling with people and meeting new people and just being who they are confidently.
I
Don't
love
shy
it.
away. Because waist beads, the whole purpose of them is to be mindful. They help you be more conscious about the things that you're doing, the goals that you have, whether they be fitness or otherwise.
Yeah.
So like I always say, I'm still wearing a transparent one. It's a plain clear strand just so I can remember to open up when I'm talking to people.
So
And
good.
they do some work, if you allow them to. So I
Yeah,
hope the
that's great.
person who wears that one remembers that. I have this is another one of my favorites. This one is a new and it has a butterfly on it.
I sent you
And
that one
I
too.
yes. So that one is was inspired by honestly this uh, self isolation that we had all been in, and some people had taken the time to work on themselves. And I'm one of those people taking time to just focus on me and figure out how can I come out of this better. What is the lesson that I need to learn during this time? And when butterflies emerge from the cocoon, they come out anew, but they love, I mean, they not love, but they embrace the entire process. So we
That's
shouldn't be
good.
envious of the butterfly. We should be envious of the caterpillar as well, because it was the butterfly all along,
That is
when they
so
were.
good.
Yes. So that is one of my
I'm
favorites.
getting my order sheet ready.
She's like, I'm taking notes.
I am. Yep.
This one is called Harmony, and it has dolphins on it because they're a symbol of oops, yeah, they're a
We could
symbol
do.
of harmony in the sea. And I was inspired with this one. I had gone to an event called Nourish, held by another entrepreneur in the area, and someone there spoke up, and we were talking about work-life balance and how it implies that you really have to allot time for each thing. And this one
Amen.
woman spoke up, and I love her. I completely love her. And she's like, how about we try to find the harmony between all the things we want to do?
Ooh, that's
Because
good.
that's a way to have things flow together. You don't have to separate this from that. You can put it together and figure out where's the harmony in your life.
That is so, so,
And
so good.
I completely loved it. And when I saw the dolphins and I was doing my research about them, I was like, yes, that's it. That's
No,
the
and
message.
I think it's such a beautiful way to one like empower yourself. But then when you have the added meaning behind it, it just is the icing on the cake. So definitely getting my order together in my head, and I'll be DMing you exactly what I need after this. Not
Okay.
kidding. Um, Wow, I'm so excited. I'm actually working on another project in my head, so the wheels are spinning. I'm like, okay, so we're going to collaborate for sure. I'm excited. Um,
Absolutely.
so those are your top three, but when you do your collection, how many do you do at a time?
Normally between 12 and 16. I am creative by nature. I'm always like fiddling with something, trying to make something. So I just keep going, honestly, until the inspiration runs out. And then
Okay.
I'm like, I'm satisfied and it's okay. I'm going to close this one off and move on to the next thing.
And how do you keep them consistent, right? So are all of the courage waist beads the same? Are they just very similar? Or are you
No,
just like programmed to like just do like green, green, red, green, green, blue? Like,
no. I wish I was that good, but no. So each one is really one of a kind. I know people like boast that, but each one is really one of a kind. Each one they have similar elements,
mm-hmm.
so they all will feature like the courage. They all feature a gem. They all feature the turtle, but the placement of it is not exactly it.
Mm,
Specifically for you. It's created specifically for you. Um, so
that's so. Can you still see me? You're gone. Oh, you're back. Okay,
yes,
cool.
I'm here.
Um, okay. Man, I'm so excited and I've learned so much. Uh, so we're gonna wrap this up because I want to have a talk with you offline. I know that's bad. Okay, wait. So before that, can you
Okay,
show can you show us the beads one more time, and then can you tell us
absolutely.
how one would go about ordering them from you? I actually have two on right now, but quarantine snacks, so I probably shouldn't show them to you guys, but I do have two strands. They're two different ones, and they complement each one another. I don't remember which ones they are. So one is a full gold, and then one is like the white and gold.
So I think you are wearing Nefertiti.
Okay.
That's the white and gold one. And then the solid gold strand is it's just a solid, but it's beautiful. And
It's so I fell in love with it. Like I hope it's
oh, I'm
disabled
glad.
that no one else can have it. No, I'm just kidding. Or discontinued rather. No, but yeah, show us the courage again, please.
Sure, absolutely.
Or you can show us all three.
Okay, so I'll show them. All right, so I'll show one of the other popular ones too.
Sure.
So I have here Fierce, which is it features a leopard and a leopard gem. I
I
have
think I need that one
courage.
too. Hmm.
I have a new, which is the butterfly one. I have harmony, and if you go on to my Instagram page, you can read the other messages I have behind them all. And I think I have 16 in this collection. You can order them on my website. It's www.shoptreasurebeads.com. Shop Treasure Beads. And if you follow me, you'll see me write my little messages, and I hope they encourage and inspire and, keep you motivated.
Yes, yes, yes. And so, one thing I also add is that I had purchased one from you at a vending event, and you did it for me. You cut it and you uh, placed it, I guess is what we'll say. And then I ordered
Besides,
some from you, and I was so nervous because I was like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this myself. The beads are going to just burst everywhere and be all over the place. But
you would be so surprised.
I did it with no problem. It wasn't hard
Easy.
at all. So for anyone who's listening and is, thinking of, or, having those same fear or having the same fear or same thought, um, it's totally doable.
It's so easy, and you know what? I've updated my website to have a tutorial on how to tie it.
Oh,
So
cool.
you can pause it, rewind it, fast forward it. It takes 5 minutes, and I promise you, like, you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know why I thought this was so hard, but it's incredibly easy.
That was my story. I thought it was going to be so difficult. So, so, so. Actually, I bought one and gave it to my friend as a gift, and we put them on in I think we're in Barcelona, but
Oh, that's so sweet.
it was they're awesome gifts. I'm just selling you. They're awesome gifts, and I'm just so excited for everyone listening, and I'm thankful that you did this today.
Thank
So
you.
our last
Thank you
question
for
of the
having me.
show is: I am the amateur expert, and I claim to know a little bit about a lot. So if you could please, although you already have dropped a few gems that I didn't know, if you can drop one more random tidbit of information or fun fact or inspiring quote, just so that I can say 20 of Treasure Beads taught me this.
Okay. Um, I would like to share with you the importance of self-care.
Mm.
Self-care looks like bubble baths for some people, and it looks like face masks for other people. But it's important that whatever it looks like for you, that you do it and you make it a
Mm.
priority. You make it something that is non-negotiable about your day, non-negotiable about your week, and that you make it as important as eating, as showering, as all of your like it's that important.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd like to share. I'm learning that in my own journey, that is
Mm.
so important. And so I'm
Thank
screaming
you
it
for
loud.
sharing. Thank you, because I think that's one thing that I definitely forget. I put it on the back burner. So thank you for sharing that. And if one more time, just share where people can find you on Instagram, where they can find you if you're on Facebook, and how they can buy um, your treasure beads.
Sure. So on Instagram, I am at treasure underscore beads underscore. And my website is www.shoptreasurebeads.com. I'm always updating it with new styles. And on my page, you'll see my styles posted, but you'll see me write like inspirational messages. And I just want to encourage people throughout their day as they're scrolling. So you can follow me there. I'm also on Facebook on as Treasure Beads. And then if you want to follow me, my personal page is Twani Cisse, Cisse.
Perfect. So I'll have all that information in the show notes. Again, I'm so excited, and I'm literally we're going to hang up, and I'm going to call you back. One, so I
Okay.
can place my order, and two, so I can talk about this other venture that I'm working on that I think would be great to collab on. So
Okay.
thank you, everyone, for
Yay.
joining us today. Thank you so much. We'll be back on Friday with Asking for a Friend. So I hope you tune in. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Actually, can we do something? Sorry.
Sure.
So Instagram Live has this thing where you can pick a still of a segment of the interview. So we can just
Okay.
take, it's going to be totally awkward, but if we can just take 2 seconds to just like be still and like smile at the same time, because I have
Okay.
such a hard time lining up when I don't look crazy and when the person doesn't look crazy. So if we can just take
Okay.
2 seconds and just smile at your phone.
Okay.
I know it's bizarre, but it'll help me. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate you for that. And I'm
No
going to talk to you in a
problem.
few seconds.
Okay.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.